What's up guys, Match the Gamer here, bringing you some more Dragon Ball related content. Today I wanted to talk about something I sort of alluded to on my Twitter, which you should totally follow me at. I'll be leaving a link to that down in the description and stuff. Plug, right? Anyways, before we get into it, we're going to be talking about a site that I sort of alluded to on there. And that, of course, would be Blasting News, along with a mix of another site, which we'll get into in a moment. Anyways, with that said, please don't attack Blasting News or the other side I will be referencing in this video, or anyone that writes any of the stories presented in the video. I do not support or condone it. I have to get that out of the way, obviously, because I don't want anybody pointing the finger at me saying that I told y'all to do anything negative, which I certainly did not. So I got that out of the way. Not that I necessarily think I have enough fans to do anything like that, but please don't prove me wrong, at least not like that. There are things I would love to be proven wrong on, but this is not one of them. Anyways, with that said, let's get into it. So, we're going to be talking about first comicbook.com. Now, for those of you that don't know what comicbook.com is, I follow it somewhat under the same vein as Blasting News. But they're a little bit different, but ultimately same result. So, I don't like this because they're like, did this Dragon Ball game just reveal its canon to Dragon Ball Super? And, you know, question mark, all that crap. And all it is they're going off a tweet here where the people behind Dragon Ball Legends basically say, and all new adventure begins right where the Tournament of Power left off. Fight for survival in epic space, time bending battle royale. Which really, this game is more or less along the same veins as, say, you know, Dragon Ball Heroes. It's sort of placing it in a point. But I mean, really, ultimately, you can say that about a lot of the films. I can say, okay, this film clearly takes place during the Cell Saga, for example, or this film takes place during the Saiyan Saga. Just because they say roughly where it takes place doesn't mean that it's canonically connected to Super. Now, let me be clear in the fact that I don't like to talk about canon lately anymore because I'm trying to move away from that, but I'm one of the people that strongly back and believe that there is some sort of continuity. I can make an argument for it, but I'm not here to debate that today. If you want to hear my thoughts on it, I'd be willing to make a video if enough people, you know, commented on this video saying so, and that would justify it. But I'm not here to talk about it, which I'm going to try to move past talking about that if I can. But just know I am one of the people that firmly believe there is a continuity in regards to Dragon Ball. I also believe that there are different types of continuity in Dragon Ball, which I would also love to discuss in that same video. But I digress, and again, this is a hypothetical future video if anybody is interested in said video. Anyways, back on topic. So, their whole premise here is based around the idea of, just because of this tweet, that must mean that there's a connection to Dragon Ball Super automatically. Which, that's not the case. They also somewhat make an argument that because Toriyama designed Shallot, which, yes, Toriyama did design Shallot. However, Toriyama also designed Android 21 and a few other characters in various other games in the past. But that doesn't necessarily make them part of the continuity. And it's also possible that he just had the story ran by him for some of the other games. Again, that doesn't necessarily make them part of the continuity of, the main continuity of Dragon Ball, I should say. So, I'm not, I mean, like, this is a huge assumption on their part, and ultimately things they're taking stuff and running a mile with it. I almost want to call it clickbait, and somewhat misinforming people to a degree, but clickbaity is somewhat there. But here's another one that sort of does the same thing, but they go the clickbaity type route with Broly and possible canon connections. And they start talking about basically the same thing here and simply say, because of the same reasons listed over in comic book, you know, and Broly appearing in there, therefore, blase blase, somehow that makes Broly part of the main continuity, which would not make any damn sense. Anyways, now, my issue with Blasting News, which one I want to sort of rip on a little bit more than comic book, even though I really don't like comic book all that much either. Blasting News is literally a site where you can make an account and type about whatever BS you want. Now, granted, they say they don't want people, like, lying, but I have seen so many lies about Dragon Ball on here, it's ridiculous. I have seen people, like, type up articles that say, Dragon Ball Super, Broly's coming to Dragon Ball Super during the run of Dragon Ball Super many times. And as y'all know, guess what we didn't see? No Broly. Or at least not Broly himself. Sure, we got the homage to Broly, which is Kel, but we did not get Broly himself. I've also seen people making ones where it's like Gogeta coming to Super. I've seen people say Super Saiyan 4 coming to Super, things like that. I mean, take the time to Google it, just like Google Blasting News, fake, Dragon Ball, stuff like that. Again, don't attack Blasting News. The sole purpose behind Blasting News, if you were to use it in its proper way it's meant to be used, is for those out there that want to write stories, be legit. This is a place for you if you want to come here and write stories. However, as you can see, some people take advantage of this, and it appears Blasting News is really trying to fact check it, at least as far as I can tell, because I haven't found any proper fact checking per se, because there's a lot of information that's wrong in some cases. Here's another one I pulled up for you guys. I just wanted to bring into this. So, Dragon Ball Super, the next legendary Super Saiyan, the son of Broly. So, what kind of crap is this? It sounds like more of a what if, not so much of a news story. News about Dragon Ball Super is coming to talk about Broly's song. I'm not sure if this is a typo. The legendary Super Saiyan. In emblematic series Dragon Ball Super, we have seen a Saiyan called, I think they misspelled Kappa. They spelled like Kyabe. I'm not sure if that's even the Romanji version. I'd have to check. He's a Saiyan of other universe that participated in the tournament created by the God of Destruction Champa-sama and Bills-sama. God, I hate Bills. For anybody out there watching, please stop calling Beerus Bills. It's not correct. There's a story behind that I'll probably go onto Kanzenshuu.com one day and read, that they've tied up a well-done story on. But for now, if you're interested, go to Kanzenshuu.com, look up how to say Beerus' name or something like that, and there should be a whole article explaining the whole rigmarole of how Bills came about. I digress. Accompanied with their angels, Whis-san and Vada-san. They misspelled Whis. This tournament was created with the purpose of the Super Dragon Balls. In the tournament, Kabe participated. They spell Kabe differently again from up here, okay? Now that it's got a little fancy thing above. They participated in the opposing team of Goku and Company. Race Saiyan still not spread. There is still a super legendary, and this is the son of Broly. So, my head is hurting because they're basically trying to imply somehow Broly, even though he's not part of the main continuity, has a son in the main continuity, and therefore has a son somehow in Universe 6, I think? Because I don't want to read too much more of this because it's making me scratch my head so much. So, ultimately, you should see where I'm going here. So, Blasting News is just a little bit of a strange site in regards to Dragon Ball information. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. If you want Dragon Ball news, I've made a whole video on where you can go and fact check your Dragon Ball information. Go to that video, please. I will link it down in the description to make it easy for you guys. That way you don't even got to, type it into the search bar. And legit, the video is me listing off places I know are legit places to get your Dragon Ball facts. I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to give you bullcrap. That whole video is just full of information for places for you to go and fact check your Dragon Ball stuff. I want you to be informed to the fullest. Don't go to Blasting News for your Dragon Ball news. Don't go to comicbook.com for your Dragon Ball news. And don't go to Screen Rant either, because Geekdom has clearly shown they don't know what the heck they're doing either. Anyways, I digress. Thank you guys for watching. I was hoping to get this video out of the way and stuff, ASAP and all that. It's probably not going to be all that long, to be honest, but anyways, thanks guys, and I'm going to have another video out probably later today on a different topic I mentioned on Twitter, and I'm trying to get my huge project done hopefully this week, if not the following week. Yeah, the big project I've been working on for a while now is hopefully coming to a close, and hopefully y'all enjoy that video, because I've been working on it for quite some time. The script in itself was a pain in the butt, but anyways, that's all from me guys. Have a great day or evening, depending on when you see this. Peace.
Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z / Kai, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super are all owned by Fuji TV, Toei Animation, Funimation, and Akira Toriyama. I do not claim to own any of these. The video and any images that appear were used under fair use.